All right, welcome back, guys. As you don't know, Sunday thing, regular podcast, me and Wade again. So I'll get straight into it. Wade,
Yes, sir.
um, news has broken in the past 2 days regarding the Reggae Boy squad of several members pulling out for various reasons. I have a snippet from a news
That's for the
segment.
Japan friendly, I think.
Yeah, the what, 3 games.
Right.
Yeah. Um, So, according to this, it says the Football Federation says a number of players named in the Reggae Boy squad for the upcoming 3-game tour of Japan will be unavailable for a number of reasons, including visa issues, injuries, um, club commitments. They then went on to say that they feel that all players will be committed when it comes World Cup time. My question is, when they were making up the lists, weren't they aware of these commitments? Weren't they in touch with the players? Didn't they ask them if they were available? Or did we just put out a list?
Well, I am hoping that in this case I'm going to come to the JFS defense, which is unusual of me. And I'm wondering if it wasn't the players themselves who failed to bring this to their attention.
I doubt it, because there would have to be some kind of communication as to, are you going to make yourself available or not. No, I can go through the squad and then we can figure out who is missing.
Right.
Right off the top, we can go through the goalkeepers: Dennis Taylor, Jadine White, Dylan Barnes. So our number one keeper isn't there. All right. In our defense, we have Liam Moore. I say Curtis Tilt. So he's a replacement for Pinnock, right? And
Right.
like from weeks ago, we could have tell that Pinnock more than likely would not be playing those friendlies. You know what I mean? Due to the playoffs, the championship playoffs, that is, right?
Right.
So we as fans could have seen that. So it was strange to me when I saw him named on the list of players. We go on to, it says Curtis Tilt replaces Pinnock. We have O'Neill Fisher, Amari Bell, trying to find the defenders. Adrian Maripa, because they didn't really give them to us in any order. Adrian Maripa is still there. Damien Lowe is still there. Wes Harding gets a second call up after not making his debut the first time around. So that looks like the defense. Is Alvos Powell missing as well?
Well, I don't know about Alvas Paul, but I say the JFF made a statement to the Observer a few hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw that.
I think it's the same article I'm referring to, or is it something since?
I think, and they're trying to allude that it's a recovery matter.
Yes, injuries and such.
Right.
Which makes sense. Like I wouldn't say that's a lie. I don't think there are any. I think it's a lack of good communication with the players. I don't think it's anything like bad intentions or nefarious.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lack of good communication with the players, because you could look at a lot of these players and say, how would they be playing a match a week or two after their season ends? A friendly.
And find out their condition and those things.
Yeah, especially the guys who have been playing like the high levels for most of the season, played a number of games. You understand? They need that recovery time.
Right.
You understand? So from the get-go, when I go through the goalkeeper and the defenders, Andre Blake missing. Ethan Pinnock missing. I don't see Alvos Powell. So I can understand Alvos Powell because he's on trial, I think. He's either training with a club in the MLS or on trial with a club in the MLS.
Okay.
So I can understand from the player's perspective why they wouldn't be there. Let's move on. So we have noticeable absentees.
Absentees.
Yeah, and I'm very
over 22 players listed.
I'm very concerned about the goalkeeper position. Because if we look into it, Dennis Taylor, Jadine White, Dylan Barnes, all three goalkeepers, Dennis Taylor and Jadine White, not of their fault or anything like that, but they have been inactive due to the local Premier League. Now go on. Dylan Barnes is signed to a club. He's training, but he's not playing. I think he's one game in the whole season, conceded 4 goals. So that concerns me. What do you think?
Well, it's naturally a concern. You know what I mean? What I think is, again, it speaks to, as you said earlier, the communication. Or was this assigned? I would hope that there is a structure where the defensive coaches, the goalkeeping coaches would be the people who are keeping in contact with the players, finding out their conditioning, maybe even speaking to the respective clubs, goalkeeping coaches, and liaising with them to find out the condition of the players, you know?
But remember, you know, if they've been training, it's only recent, because they really haven't had permission to train, unless someone to train in the yard.
Right.
You know, what can you really do?
Well, those inactive players, then there's no excuse. They should have already known the situation right away.
I don't really. Boy, let me tell you something. I don't think we are recruiting. I think we are taking who's coming to us.
But I did raise that point on the show we had with Simon.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think we're going out there definitely looking at our circumstance and trying to do the best.
And trying to select what is best for us.
Yeah, because at this point, I think there should be an attempt to bring in another goalkeeper. I don't know who it's going to be, but we have to find somebody who is actually playing games. All right, well, go through the midfield now, right? First thing I realized, thing there, two Fulham players not there, Hector and Bobby Reid. The experience of Hector, as much as I wouldn't want him to be a starter, but he does bring some kind of chemistry to the team as well. You see, a lot of times players don't necessarily play, but them help the group.
Right.
You understand? They contribute to the group, and he's one of them people, as well as Mariappa. You know what I mean? The experience and the able to bridge that gap between the local players and the foreign players is very important. And a lot of people overlook that. And
also to help bring across the coach's message too. Those senior players seem to know how to do that better, you know.
Yeah. So they have Kevin Isaacs, Joshua Anglin, Kevin Lambert. I guess you could consider Junior Fleming a part of the midfield. Although he's a wide player. Luca Levy. No Ravel. No Bobby Reid. The midfield is a concern again. I'm not worried about the defense, to be honest with you, but the midfield is a concern again. I see a Tyreek McGee. So are we going to rely on young McGee for creativity?
Well, they must have been watching the podcast and listening to Simon.
I think that's a lot to put on Maggie's shoulder. Luca Levy, I'm not aware of what kind of player he is.
Or maybe is it that they're just saying it's a friendly and they're not taking it serious, which is another big concern.
Yeah, but we have to consider our FIFA ranking and the effect it could have on our players' futures.
Yeah.
You understand? Blair Turgott, a wide man, or consider attacker. Kemal Malcolm. I say a Joshua Anglin there, a defensive midfielder. Devon Speedy Williams, defensive midfielder. So we have a lot of defensive midfielders this time around. We don't see a lot of creative midfielders. In the attack, we have, like I was saying, Blair Turgott.
Right.
Attacking midfielder. I guess Casey Palmer would be that would be the one that would have to apply that creativity.
I guess so.
I guess so. So we have Casey Palmer as an attacking midfielder. We have Blair Tergat out on the wings. I'm pretty sure Thing is still there. Comes out of his name. Watford striker, Andre Gray.
Yeah, didn't I see? Yeah, he's there. He's number 11 on the list.
Okay, great. Oh yes, Andre Gray. So that means the Boyz another day. That's a thing there. My big boy, him pull out. No low. No thing there from before.
You mean Kemar Low? No Kemar.
No Kemar. Jamal Low.
Jamal, sorry, yeah.
Who was already unavailable. It's not a strong attack. It's capable, but it's not strong, and it's not gel.
Didn't he play on Friday?
Who?
Low.
Jamal Low played yesterday.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah, but we get to that. Attack. We probably need 6 out of 10. To be honest with you, looking at the squad and the matches that we have to play, how you feel about it?
Well, I don't like to try and make predictions. You know, I always like to give the benefit of the doubt to the coaching team. Maybe they have a plan they want to implement, and maybe they have the necessary players to implement this plan. I'll make my judgment when I'm watching the friendlies and seeing what's going on. You know, I really don't want to make any preemptive judgments right now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say one thing. The goalkeeper department is a concern. It's my biggest concern. The defense seems all right. It's a decent defense. I would have loved to have Pinnock there.
For sure.
Yeah. The midfield seems very defensive. I'm probably going to be...
And maybe that's a compensation that they're trying to do.
Yeah, and probably setting yourself up for trouble there. The attack, you know, I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Love it, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All right, you mentioned thing there, but I'm not going to move to that yet. We're still on the squad. There's a player, I think, I hear a lot of people clamoring for Ivan Toney.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe last year, if we had tried to approach Ivan Toney, it would have been a different situation than now. But we're in the same situation again with Johnson Clark Harris, who's at Peterborough, the same club that Ivan Toney was at. Scored 31 goals for the season, right? And wants to play for Jamaica. Bring the man in immediately. He earned promotion to the championship with his team. Rangers looking at him, and a few other championship clubs looking at him. Sheffield United looking at him as well. Do not wait until this man becomes too hot of a property and you end up in a situation like Ivan Toney, where you must say him wait for him options. You understand?
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit older of a player, and him expressing desire for represent Jamaica. Do not wait till it's too late, please, JFF. Go approach the man and get him into the team. Give him a chance, see if him fit. If him don't fit, nothing lost. You understand? Get it done. There are a few players out there that I think they should approach. Not everybody's going to come and play for Jamaica.
I'm going to remain silent on that because this type of player is a dime a dozen when it comes to Jamaican football players. And sometimes I have to wonder if the statements we're hearing is true. You know, always hearing that, oh, this player, overseas player, wants to play for Jamaica, you know, and we don't seem to move in. I'd love to hear more, because if I really am to take it at face value, then I would have no trust in the management team of the JFF because they seem to be getting it wrong all the time.
I don't know necessarily if he's getting it wrong or intentionally just sticking to the players that they prefer or the players that they feel are loyal to the coach or whatever. Because at the end of the day, the coach picks the team. So if we're really going to shine a light on why some players aren't being called, you have to look on the whole setup. It's not just JFF alone.
But even when we don't have a Jamaican coach, right? We have an overseas coach, like the previous German or the Brazilian before him, right? It was the same situation as well. We hear about these great overseas-based players who wants to play for Jamaica, and we don't see any movement towards them or anything like that.
In Johnson Clark Harris' case, you have a man that are playing in a League One. You understand? He has some amount of profile, but his profile not too big yet. Do not wait until that profile
gets bigger.
Because if Rangers is interested in you, that means you're going to a Champions League club.
Yeah.
You're going to a club that just went through the whole season undefeated. Going to play Champions League next year. Them are going to wait till this man profile get too big and him start have second thoughts. You understand?
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
You understand? Because believe me, what you are saying is true. There are players that they're reporting that want to play for Jamaica and not Nogosa. You understand?
Exactly.
But I don't think this is the case in that one. This is a man who wants to play international football and I'm realistic about his situation at the moment. Championship playoffs. Ethan Pinnock.
Yeah. Came out on top.
Yeah, and well deserved because to me he was the best player on the field. I literally see the man head out about 5 balls in a row.
Yeah.
You know, like when the match come to an end and like Swansea tribe.
And boy, what had to be said, Swansea really didn't show at all.
They didn't. I hardly saw Jamal Lowe probably the last 20 minutes of the game. It seemed like him try to take it on by himself.
Yeah, he in the last 20 minminutes he was noticeably, he was easily one of the best players for Swansea in the last 20 minutes. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. But the Swansea defense was atrocious. There's a centre back there. Trying to remember his name. Atrocious, bro. Like when it's not a foul, it's a missed tackle. But yeah, Jamal never get the chance. Hopefully, somebody will look for him and try to give him a chance in the league, or he can try again next year. Because the same thing happened with Brentford. They went to the final, they never make it through. Then come back again. Them get through
and going back to Mr. Pinnock, I'm sure now that he's in the Premier League, don't be strange if by the end of next season he's one of the hot topics.
Yeah. To be honest with you, my rating's kind of up for him after the final game. Then.
Okay.
At first, I was like, he's a decent defender. But on him day, he can be very good.
Yeah.
I mean, can be very good. And as far as Jamaica concerned, it's just for us to find a way to maximize the benefits of the skills that him have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think one of his biggest skills is his temperament. That is what really impressed me the most about him.
Yeah.
You know, like I always said, Jamaica, we don't lack skill. Skill is not we don't lack skill. We have natural skill and talent. But the mentality is what I think holds us back a lot. And I think he has the correct mentality.
It's a different level of composure, because when you look on as like in behavior, even after he win the trophy.
Yes.
Still composed, still calm, even when someone run around and lose their mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
him calm, him just take it in, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of mentality you need as a defender.
Yeah.
Especially like when you're playing a team where it's not like the strongest team. Or you don't have the strongest defensive midfielder in front of you. Like a Jamaica, for example.
Exactly. Or you're a goal down early, you know?
Yeah.
That is the type of mentality you need to keep focus.
Yeah.
You know, or you're and especially you're tracking back 20 yards into a box, you're following a defender. You already end up in the box. You need to stay cool, you know? And that is what really impressed me with him.
Exactly. Well deserved. Congratulations to Brentford, Mr. Pinnock. Sir Pinnock. Well deserved. The next thing now is for Champions League, right?
Yeah.
So Chelsea are European champions.
Yeah. And Mr. Havertz didn't display the calmness Mr. Pinnock displayed after winning his trophy. I don't know if you saw his comments.
I didn't. What happened?
The reporter came to him and was, saying to him that, he's the most expensive signing for Chelsea. How does it feel? And him just abruptly stop him and say, right now I don't give a F about that. We just won the effing Champions League.
On live TV.
On live TV.
Well, he won the effing Champions League.
I really can't wrong him for that,
And to me, that's the second biggest trophy in football, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You understand? So,
sure. But I don't know if you got a chance to look at Mr. Pulisic's performance in the game. He came on in the second half. For a couple of minutes, he could see what a tactical change.
You call it a performance?
He missed 2 goals.
Yeah.
He missed 2 goals.
He could have sealed the game. And fortunate for him, the City attack was kind of toothless.
Well, I think losing De Bruyne really shook them up.
Yeah.
And you could see that they were relying on a playmaker. That's why they started to rely on Foden heavily.
Yeah.
But I think Foden's position that Pep put him in did not allow him to create at the upper end of the field where you need it. And he took too long to put on Aguero.
Yeah.
So, again, Pep beats himself.
Reece James pocket Sterling. I'm not like to say it, but
listen, Reece James' performance was outstanding.
As in, like, it to a point where it hurt my feelings, bro.
I'm telling you, it's not you alone.
The man I deal with Raheem, so bro.
No, man, he was really Reece James. I think N'Golo Kante got the man of the match award, but
man, Kante ball, bro.
No, he did, but Reece.
Yeah, Reece locked down him wing.
He controlled his wing.
He locked the wing on. He locked the wing back. Like even the wing back afraid for come around there.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
Reece James had an outstanding match. Let me tell you. I think it was even though N'Golo Kante deserves it, there could have been an argument for Reece James and Mason Mount. And then those guys really. But that is why they won, because you really saw individual performances shine. I think I don't know, shout out to Chilwell. Chilwell is also pinging it around.
I'm going to say something. Hold on. I'm going to say something, and a lot of people might disagree with it at first, but if you think about it, bro, that was classic Mourinho. It was.
How was it? You tell me.
It was. Huh?
Why is it that?
Why I said that?
One more.
Huh?
Why is it that?
Bruh, go back and look at the stats. Most of the game was played in Chelsea's half.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that, right? Their defense was outstanding, even after losing Silva, right? Compare how Chelsea looked playing most of the game in their half, and how City look the little bit of times when Chelsea got in their half. As much as City spent in their half, when Chelsea counteracted, always looked more dangerous than what City was doing.
That's true.
You understand? When you look at City's defense, if you go back and watch the match, every time Chelsea counteract them, defense compressed. That's why they were going to get scored on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was natural because City have to keep pinging it wide.
Yeah.
And that actually highlighted what Arteta does with Arsenal. You can see Pep's drilling in him because Arsenal does the same thing. We can't break down a team. We start to ping it wide unnecessarily. When we can push it through the middle, sometimes we're pinging it wide. And once you can do that and the team stays compact and drops that low block, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah, man. They use some old Mourinho tactics, but with Tuchel flair.
Well, what was funny?
The counter attack was a lot better than anything what Mourinho would have done. Because when they counter attack, them use them flanks, them spread them field. You understand?
Right.
So when City have the 3 man in a defense and try to compress on top of the D, them don't stand a chance.
But funny enough, you said that because I said it to a Chelsea fan that this was a Lampard team, though. A lot of the players who played and shone that day were players that Chelsea fans were angry that Lampard was giving a run. Your Chilwells, your Mason Mounts. Lampard was depending on those guys heavily in the first part of the season.
But it shows you the difference in the tactical knowledge.
Yeah.
The experience.
Yeah. With Tuchel or Tuchel, whatever.
Yeah. With Tuchel or Tuchel.
He said something
on the same level of tactical knowledge and experience, that is why Villarreal won the Europa League.
You know, I was going to actually say the opposite though.
No,
because
that is why.
Unless
Emery's not. Hold on, Emery's not the greatest coach and probably not a good coach, but he's better than Arteta and homeboy for United.
Well, we can't say he's not a good coach. He's a Europa boss. I mean,
yeah, he's a better coach than them two man there. And whoever want vex, I just saw it go.
Facts.
Yes, improve it. You understand?
Man, who are vex? All we can say to you is good evening. You understand?
He's probably not. He's a better tactician. He's probably not a better manager.
What I was going to bring reference to him and Tuchel was Tuchel said something at the end of the Champions League match which rung deeply with me when he said, I didn't want to overcomplicate things. And I think that is what Emery does or did with Arsenal, and I think that's what Arteta and Pep tends to do. Overcomplicate things, you know. You get too deep in tactics. Mourinho is like that too. You know, sometimes you just have to make the ball play, make the ball just roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And play to your strength. You play your strengths.
Exactly.
You can't apply a tactic that the man them. They don't have those strengths.
Or micromanage the tactic. Make the tactic unfold naturally in the game.
Yeah.
They're barking instructions constantly during the ball game. You know, it's so hard. Ball is a free-flowing thing. It's not like the NFL where we can take a pause and recheck the play again. You know what I mean? It's not that.
Yeah. Perfect example of where Emery went wrong with that is forcing Arsenal to play out from the back.
Right.
You understand? You can't insist the circumstances are different. You understand? Circumstances don't always dictate playing out from the back. And that is you have to be flexible in your tactics. So I think he learned that while here. And
I think that's definitely Tuchel's strength. Flexibility in the tactics.
Yeah,
you know?
Tuchel is a top coach, bro.
For sure.
Understand? When you see what the man do with Chelsea, at the point, Chelsea was a joke.
Chelsea was 9th when he took over. Finished top 4 and win a Champions League.
Exactly.
You know? So
exactly. So kudos to them.
Big time.
Well done, sir.